Hi everyone, and welcome to Paper Pumpkin Week here on Creative Chelsea. Today I'm sharing with you my 5th alternative card idea using the April 2026 Paper Pumpkin kit called Lakeside Retreat. This fun kit creates a total of 9 cards, 3 in these 3 different designs, and includes coordinating envelopes. If you're interested in watching me unbox the kit or seeing any of my other alternatives, you can click on the playlist up here in the top right corner. Today I'm going to be sharing this quick and simple card idea. I love this little bike, and if you remember, we already used a bike image in a past alternative. So this one actually does come from the Lakeside Retreat Designer Series paper pack. And so I'm going to show you that pack today and then use some of these other pieces from the kit to create this fun card. So let's get started. Okay. So from the kit, you are going to need the second piece of that blue rectangle. It is 3 3/4 inches by 3 inches. Then you have a piece of the white card base, the white plank card base. It's 4 1/4 by 3 inches. So 3 inches by 4 1/4. And that's it from the kit. From your own stash, you're going to need a card base, and I'm using Cloud Cover. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. You could use any coordinating color. I have a scrap piece of basic white, a piece of gray granite. It's about 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. And then here is my cute little bike that I'm going to cut out. You'll notice that it's a little different than the bike I have on my card. That's okay. I'm probably going to flip-flop just a little bit because I want it to look like it's writing into the card instead of writing out of the card. But that just kind of shows you that you can, change the layout depending on your images very easily. So I mentioned the wrong name for this pack. This pack of paper is called the Waterside Retreat DSP. It comes with 12 by 12 sheets, and there are 12 sheets total, and there are 2 of each of these designs. So you can see here that there are some really similar designs to the Paper Pumpkin kit. So you could make lots of cards. Then the back side, all these gorgeous patterns here. This is the pattern we're going to be using today. You can see that there's lots of different bike designs, so you really can pick your favorite if you choose to use this on your card. If you choose to use something else, this card could really easily have any image here. Maybe you have a stamp with a bike, or maybe you have the relaxing waterside stamp set or bundle, and you choose to do the Adirondack chair. That would be really cute here too. So lots of options. I just went with one that I enjoyed, very similar to the Paper Pumpkin kit. It was easy for me to put together. Now I just showed you 5 of the papers from that kit. The 6th one has one side of these really fabulous scenes. You'll recognize this one. This one's also in the Paper Pumpkin kit, as well as kind of this little grassy lakeside image here. So the 12 by 12 is full of images, and I've actually already cut up one full sheet, and then this one I had cut up for this pattern here. So it's not a full sheet, so sorry about that. But it's gorgeous. I'm going to be using some for my alternatives later in the week, or even running into next week sometime. So just keep that in mind, that some of my alternatives do use this Waterside Retreat DSP. Okay, let's start putting this card together. I did a light splattering on my cloud cover. So I'm going to go ahead and fold along that score line, add it to my splatter box, and let's use this dark gray granite as my splatter ink color. Just a very light splattering there. Then we will take our rectangle with the long side at the top. You're going to tear really close to the edge on the left and right sides. Okay, it doesn't have to be straight. Mine's just happening to be a little bit straighter than I normally do. And then if you want, you can distress it just slightly. And then that's going to go behind our piece here. But you may notice that it's a little tight. So if that happens to you, you can cut this right down the center. And we'll do that in a minute. But let's stamp on this first. So this sits just a little bit low on the card, so it's not right in the center. We're going to take our Peaceful Pine ink spot and our little cattail image, and right around the second, or in between the second and third from the bottom, you're going to stamp this little grass. And we're going to do one full one, and then don't forget, maybe do a little second generation so that you get a light and a dark image. We're going to repeat on the other side, about the same location, and do the light and dark. And then I don't know if I'm going to see in between here, but I'm going to take just a scratch piece of paper, lay it on that line because I don't want it to go lower, ink up about half of the grass, and then use this to block out, or bring it down just a little bit, just to get between the grass, or between the bike wheels, just in case. Oh, and on our little scratch paper, we're going to do the same thing. So full strength, then second generation a little lower, and then a small one down lower than that. Okay, and that's going to just be something we can add in front of one of the tires if we'd like. Okay, so now that we've stamped on that, we can do this technique. So you're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to measure. So the edge here is 4 1/4, and the edge here is 3. So that would put us at 1, 2 1/2 on both if we wanted it right in the center. So let's do that. And then we want it about 1/4 inch out from the edge. And we are popping this up with dimensionals. So you can go ahead and put some dimensionals on the blue paper. And I'm just going to put 2 right about here. And we're going to use this as a guide. Right about there. Okay, so we want about 1/4 inch showing. It's about 5/8 inch from the top and bottom. And then once it's on, you can roll that even more if you want to stress it. Okay, I'm going to repeat. I'm just going to flip it over. It's easier for me to hold the bottom piece with my right hand and lay the top piece with my left hand. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to make sure that it all lines up just like that. Okay, so then that looks like one full piece, even though it's been cut down the center. Add some dimensionals to the top for support. Add some to the bottom. Let's do another one here. And then also add a little liquid glue to the blue pieces, just so everything can stay in place. And that goes in the center of your card. Just eyeball it. And then open it up and smooth it out. And so it's going to look like this once it's on your card base. Okay, so now we have to do some fussy cutting. I'm going to fussy cut out my grasses and my bicycle. Okay, so I've cut those out. You can see that I got very close to the bike just so that we didn't see a lot of those little extra grasses and things. And then here's this one. Because I'm switching up the direction, I may need to fussy cut a little bit more out of this piece. We'll just have to see how it all ends up, or maybe I stamp some more. So let's add our bike next. This does get popped up with some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put them in the wheels on the back. And maybe stick it right about here. I like the idea of seeing those grass kind of peeking through the tires. So that's really cute right there. Then we are going to add, what did I do with that? There it is. We're going to add these here, and maybe I just cut it so it's a little bit straight coming down there, because I don't want to cover up too much of the bike. I just want a little bit on the back side. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer and just cut a little off. Let's see what that looks like. I can also trim this down just a little bit. Yeah, so I like that. So then this down here, I'm going to trim off too, make that a little more straight. And I can pop that on with a dimensional as well. So that straight edge is going to match the straight edge of the white piece from below. And I just need a skinny little strip that I can put right here next to the tire. And add that like that. So then we're getting some layering happening here. Then we're going to do our greeting, and that's what the gray 1/2 inch strip is for. You could stamp this in black or blue or green. I wanted it to pop just a little bit more, and so I decided to use my white embossing. And I actually want it to go right below the bike. So here I have it below my bike more on the right. This one looks like it's probably going to be more in the middle. So I can do that. Put a little embossing buddy on it. Grab my Versamark. Grab the stamp. I'm using You Are an Inspiration. Just want to make sure I get a nice even coverage. Stamp it somewhere on that strip. Grab my white embossing powder, and you're going to lay it on top, and then you're just going to tap going one direction, go a different direction, and that's just going to make it go all around that Versamark, giving you the best coverage. And then you're going to heat this up. Let's see. And once it gets shiny, then you can move to the next area. And I love having these tweezers. These are part of the embossing edition kit. And so if you get a new embossing buddy, you can get a tweezer as part of that pack. So I love that. I love heat embossing. Okay, so once that's dry, I've smeared it recently, so I'm a little bit nervous. You're going to flag the end. So I'm just going to place it here just to get an idea of where to place it. And then I want to flag just a little bit outside. And I have this punch. This is a retired punch. You could just flag it with your paper snips if you want. That would not be a problem. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks good. And then the next one is about there. Okay, so just kind of eyeball it. Doesn't need to be right in the center either. Okay, so now I'm going to add this with dimensionals. And I'm going to place it right underneath the bike, just like that. And just so that the bike is barely covered by the greeting. So cute. And then if you have any more of your little gems from the kit, you can add these. I'm going to put a straight one on this side. And then a couple on the left. Just like that. I did not include any baker's twine or anything like that. I just really wanted to keep it nice and simple, and I think it turned out great. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun card today. If you're interested in getting your own paper pumpkin kit, please subscribe using the link in the description below. If you would like to see written instructions or close-up images on how to create this card, you can visit my blog at creativechelsea.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.